And that brings us to our guest segment with The Hill's Shane D. April. Thank you so much for joining us. Shane, The Hill just has a poll that just came out. This is week 3 of your rolling series up to Election Day. Finds that the attacks on Republicans and the Tea Party for being too extreme and potentially bringing extreme views to Congress is not working. Yep. 15% of Democrats say that that's why they're voting for Democrats. Not really that buffer wall there.
Yeah, it was interesting. We asked, what was the most compelling reason to vote for either Democrats or Republicans this fall. And the finding for us among Democratic likely voters was surprising in that only 15% said that they found the most compelling reason to try to reject, extreme right-wing or Tea Party-backed candidates. That didn't come close to the numbers of Democrats who said there was about 40% who said that we want to vote Democratic to allow President Obama more time to enact his legislative agenda. Also high on the list for Democrats was protecting Social Security, health care, and other benefits. So interesting, one of the top lines of attack for Democrats in a lot of key races that Republican candidates are just too extreme did not seem to be resonating among the Democratic base here.
But there was some good horse race news for Democrats in your poll because, if I think of the Democratic majority, I think of Patrick Murphy. He's from a swing district in a swing state, the suburbs of Philadelphia. He came in 2006 against the war. That's less of an issue now, but how is he pivoting to being an economic candidate in this really tough economic year?
Yeah, I mean, this is really one of the ultimate bellwether districts in Pennsylvania, and our poll has Patrick Murphy up by 3 points, and that is resoundingly good news for Democrats that the congressman is doing that well, because this is a spot where you've got the Philadelphia suburbs in this district. You have so many national trends sort of playing into here. It was such an important district in 2008, an important state in 2008 in so many ways that President Obama and Democrats did so well there. So this is a key district for Democrats, and the other Democratic lead we saw actually in this set of 10 was for Congressman Michael Arcuri in upstate New York, and he holds a pretty healthy lead. And that's a state, again, that Republicans have talked about maybe picking up 5, 6, as many as 7 seats, much of them concentrated upstate.
Mm-hmm. Or do you think that these numbers, that poll that has Murphy ahead, do you think this is just that natural tightening of the polls as we get closer to to Election Day, or is there something that's changed in that race? And also, just to follow up then, Joe Sestak running for the Senate. That's also a race that's getting closer, according to polls. How critical then is that Murphy district for turnout and for Joe Sestak's chances?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if Patrick Murphy is able to drum up more Democratic turnout in that district and hold on to that seat, that's going to mean very good things for Joe Sestak, because he needs to get a lot of those Democrats, those middle of the road Democrats that occupy the Philadelphia suburbs. He's got to get these folks out and get them voting for Democrats. I think that in terms of whether this is just sort of a natural tightening, I think in some races that's what you're seeing, but in other races you're seeing numbers that really across the board are still bad for Democrats. I mean, we have polled 32 districts so far. We've only gotten Democratic leads in 3 out of 32 districts. And the trends, disapproval of President Obama, disapproval of the Democratic Congress, very high across almost all the districts we polled.
And unfortunately, we're going to have to end it there. Shane, thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to tune in tonight, abcnews.com. There will be a debate in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Senate race between Joe Sestak and Pat Toomey. George Stephanopoulos moderates that. Don't watch the Phillies game tonight, Philadelphia residents, Pennsylvania residents. Watch this debate.